EA for refusing to attend my cousin's wedding after she demanded I dye my natural red hair black because it would ruin her aesthetic. Throw away because a few family members use Reddit. I, 27th F, have naturally strawberry red hair. Not dyed, not enhanced. It's just my hair. It's a little below my waist and has always been one of the first things people notice about me. I love it because it's part of me. My cousin Amy, 28F, is getting married next month. We were close growing up, so when she asked me to be one of her bridesmaids, I happily said yes. Everything was fine for months. Then, after every bridesmaid had already spent hundreds of dollars on dresses, alterations, shoes, makeup deposits, and hotel reservations, Amy suddenly sent us all a list of new wedding requirements. Some of them were odd. No bridesmaid could have hair longer than waist length. No bright lipstick. No visible tattoos. Nails had to be nude. No one could tan before the wedding. Then she privately messaged me. She said my hair was too eye-catching and that guests would spend more time looking at me than her. Her solution? Either dye my hair black or wear a dark brown bob wig. I honestly laughed because I thought she was joking. She wasn't. She said my natural hair color didn't match her wedding aesthetic. I politely refused. She told me that if I really loved her, I'd do it. Her mom actually called me afterward. She apologized over and over, saying Amy was just stressed. I asked if she could talk some sense into her daughter. She sighed and said she'd try. Nothing changed. Then things somehow got worse. Amy actually posted on Reddit asking if she was justified in making her bridesmaids change their appearance. She expected everyone to support her. Instead, the comments absolutely destroyed her. People called her selfish, controlling, insecure, and the dreaded word, bridezilla. Thousands of comments. Almost nobody agreed with her. She deleted the post a few hours later. Apparently, her fiancé Harry had absolutely no idea she'd been making all these demands. Honestly, that wasn't surprising, because this wasn't new behavior. Amy has always been controlling, just quietly. Growing up, she'd volunteer to organize every game, then somehow always make herself the winner. If we played dress up, she'd assign everyone's roles but would always be the princess while the rest of us were maids or villagers. When we baked cookies together, she'd insist we split them fairly, yet somehow she'd always end up with the biggest ones. At family dinners, she'd tell everyone where they should sit because it looked nicer. Once during a cousin's birthday party, I remember wearing a pretty floral dress. Amy pulled me aside and said maybe I should spill some juice on it because people were complimenting me too much. She wasn't openly mean. She was subtle, always finding tiny ways to stay the center of attention. Most people never noticed because she'd smile while doing it. Eventually, every bridesmaid had enough. One after another, we all dropped out. Amy cried, begged, promised she'd stop making demands. Eventually, everyone except me agreed to come back. I didn't. I told her I loved her, but I was done letting her control me. Fast forward to the wedding. I stayed home. A few hours later, my phone absolutely exploded with messages. Turns out, the wedding never happened. Here's what my mom later told me. Harry had a longtime female friend named Rosie. I'd actually met Rosie years before. She had absolutely gorgeous, knee-length, natural red hair. Amy had apparently demanded Harry not invite Rosie because she believed Rosie secretly wanted him. Harry refused because they'd been friends since childhood. Well, Rosie showed up. Amy saw her, completely lost it. Right there at the altar, she started accusing Harry of cheating with Rosie. Guests were staring. People started whispering. Harry kept saying Amy was imagining things. Rosie finally stood up and said, "I have a boyfriend. I've never been interested in Harry." Everyone thought that would calm things down. Instead, Harry looked at Rosie, took a deep breath, and said, "Actually, I've been in love with you for years." Silence. Absolute silence. Then complete chaos. People started yelling. Someone dropped a chair. Amy started screaming. Harry's parents were shouting. Amy's parents were crying. Rosie's boyfriend stormed out. The officiant quietly packed up his book and left. Half the guests followed. Amy completely broke down, sobbing. No wedding, no reception, just total disaster. A few weeks later, Amy called me. She apologized. Not just for the hair, for everything. She admitted she'd spent years comparing herself to other women and trying to control situations because she was terrified of not being the prettiest or the most important. She also admitted she'd always been jealous of my hair. I accepted her apology, but our relationship will never be what it was, so AITA for refusing to go to the wedding after she demanded I hide my natural hair?